Can you say couple goals? Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Nick and Jess moments on New Girl. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the most endearing and memorable moments shared between our favorite New Girl couple.
So, that was weird, right?
I'm running out the door, Jess.
Number 10. The photo booth.
See you.
Nicholas, you have to introduce me.
In the first season of New Girl, Nick was still caught up on his controlling ex-girlfriend, Caroline. A failed attempt at making her jealous may have been embarrassing for Nick, but did give us one of the cutest moments between him and Jess.
That ceremony have lasted any longer.
We loved it.
Nick originally intended on bringing Jess as his date to make Caroline think they were together, but ended the night sharing a moment in tight quarters.
Hi, Nicholas.
Hey, Jess, I live in a photo booth now.
Oh, is that so?
Yep.
The adorable interaction in the photo booth gave viewers the first glimmer of hope that they would become a couple.
So now you have to make a decision. Am I gonna stay locked in a photo booth for the next hour? Or am I gonna get out there, take my shoes off, and dance my face off?
Number 9. It's official.
I am not a healthy person.
Hey, I know, Nick.
Oh, you do? So a part of you agrees with your dad?
2 seasons of mounting flirtation finally culminated in the finale of Season 2. The episode Elaine's Big Day brought us 2 great romantic storylines. But Cece's lavish wedding was outshined by a couple of factors. The first was the groom picking Taylor Swift over her, and the second was the fact that Nick and Jess finally made their relationship official, in an air duct no less.
I know you think we should call it, but I don't want to give up on this, even if we don't know what this is.
Confessing their feelings while performing an army crawl in search for Winston's lost badger served as a totally appropriate start to their wacky relationship. Number 8. Nick misses his flight.
Just tell you she doesn't love me.
In this episode, Nick accidentally lets it slip to Jess's boyfriend Paul that her feelings for him don't exactly match his. In an attempt to salvage the situation, Nick blames the outburst on alcohol, but Paul still breaks up with Jess.
I told him you didn't love him, Jess.
What?
Because I
But he said it nicely.
What? Are you kidding me?
Nick, who was originally hell-bent on making his flight home for the holidays so that he wouldn't miss it for the 5th year in a row, notices how distraught Jess is in the aftermath of the breakup and decides to do something about it.
There's something we gotta do. Sorry.
He takes a detour to drive down Candy Cane Lane to cheer her up. And even though he misses his flight, he doesn't seem to mind. Number 7. Jess accidentally sees Nick naked. Can we all agree that Jess does not need any help getting herself into an awkward situation? Possibly the most uncomfortable of all came in Season 1, when she walked in on her new roommate stripping down and dancing to some classic reggae music.
Hey, Nick,
What are you?
Jess makes the situation even worse when she screams and runs out of the room laughing. Following the encounter, Jess attempts to clear the air with Nick, but he got frustrated because she couldn't even manage to say the word penis.
I think we should talk about it.
Talk about what?
About me seeing your peen.
Still, even when they're mad at each other, there's no denying Nick and Jess's chemistry.
I feel like I want to know what you're feeling.
Number 6. The first I love you.
Well, have fun. I love you.
Jess and Nick have a fairly eventful night in this Season 3 episode, where both the meeting with Prince and their first I love yous take place. Nick is the first to say the 3 highly anticipated words, as he sends Jess off with Cece.
Did Nick just tell me he loved me for the first time?
Yeah,
And did I do finger guns back?
you did.
Her very Jess-like response is pointing finger guns at him as the limo drove off. After an episode of fretting over the interaction, Jess finds Nick at the party and tells him she loves him too.
But I couldn't hear you because it's very loud.
I love you, Nick Miller!
Oh yeah, and after they proclaim their feelings for each other, Prince helps them make the night even more memorable. No biggie.
If I see the moon, I just laugh it up.
Number 5. Happy birthday.
And okay.
Jess's birthday tradition is to go to the movie theater by herself. But in this episode, Nick helps make her day a bit more exciting.
I know this is where you always go on your birthday to be by yourself, but I thought this year you might want a little company.
As the previews roll, Nick pops up on the screen, and then in the seat next to her. The lights then come up to reveal all of Jess's friends in the theater ready to celebrate together. The movie itself is a compilation of all of Jess's loved ones saying what they like best about the titular new girl.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was light and dark and oceans and birds and stuff, and then there was Jess.
And to top it all off, Nick ends the video by showing her the coin he had in his pocket during their first kiss. We give this movie 2 thumbs up.
This is the coin I had in my pocket the first night we kissed. And I always have it. Happy birthday, Jess.
Number 4, the book dedication. At the end of season 5, Nick took off on a self-discovery trip to New Orleans to work on himself and his book.
How was New Orleans? How was everything?
It was great.
Jess spent the summer working on some things too, mainly getting over her feelings for Nick. However, when Nick comes back, he has a big surprise for her. He finished his book.
I don't know if you remember this, but you were the one who told me to go to New Orleans. So thank you.
As Jess anxiously waits for what Nick has to tell her after his summer of thinking things over, he hands her the first page of his book, and she sees that it's been dedicated to her. And Anthony Rizzo and the Chicago Cubs, of course.
And to my friend Jessica Day. For the same thing.
Number 3, back together in an elevator.
Come on.
This episode, which served as the big finale to season 6, is jam-packed with anticipation as Jess prepares to finally tell Nick how she really feels about him, following Nick's breakup with Reagan in the previous episode.
Jess, where'd you go? Jess!
Nick, why are you down there?
Stay right there.
Jess tells Cece how well she's planned everything out, and even reveals that she's put some of her feelings into song form. Thankfully, she ends up foregoing the song for a simple yet intensely romantic moment in the loft's elevator.
Hey, Miller.
Hey.
When those elevator doors open, it's almost impossible not to cheer. Number 2, angry makeout. Fighting was definitely not a rare occurrence in Jess and Nick's relationship, but sometimes their little spats led to the sexiest moments.
Last night, when you were on pills, you said you want me.
Shut up.
In this scene, Nick confronts Jess, after she says, while high on pain pills, that she wants him. Jess doesn't remember this confession, so Nick makes her tell him that she does actually want to have sex with him.
What are you talking
Do
about?
you want to have sex with me, yes or no?
Yes!
This turns into a full-on angry makeout where the two are shoving each other and sometimes even hurting each other, before ultimately smashing their huge fish tank. Now that is passion.
This is not the time to talk, that is the stupid.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Oh my God.
What?
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 Nothing. What?
What?
What are you doing? Look, I never cheated on you, but I might as well have. See, I fell in love with Jess the moment she walked through the door.
Good night, Miller.
Good night, Dad.
Number 1, their first kiss. Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. You knew this kiss was coming, and even though it happened early on in the series, it remains the most memorable New Girl kiss of all time.
Are you a tonguer?
Am I a tonguer?
I don't want to put my tongue in your mouth if you don't like it.
The gang plays a drinking game, and when Nick and Jess are supposed to kiss, he says not like this, implying that he wants their first kiss to mean something.
Kiss me.
Jess, stop!
God, Miller, just kiss me
No,
already.
not like this!
Later on in the episode, when Jess starts to casually walk back into her room, Nick grabs her and pulls her in for a passionate lip lock.
Good night.
When they pull away, Nick utters the words.
I'd meant something like that.
Our hearts were melting right along with Jess's. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.